you will go to the end of the table and press the button where it lights up green, state your name for the record, and then you may proceed.
Good morning. My name is Melinda Chisholm. I'm the director of a pregnancy resource center in Walton and one in Bigelow as well. But I want to thank you for allowing me to be here today. I have a message to bring to you, and it's contrary to what we're hearing in the world today, that it's helping women and that it's health care, because it didn't help me at all. Abortion hurts. I tell you this not from stories I've heard, but my own abortion trauma. Having an abortion was a decision that I will regret as long as I live. In the summer of 1980, I met my first real boyfriend. Wayne swept me off my feet and helped me to escape my terrible home life. The day after he put his class ring on my finger, I turned 15 years old. Wayne was 20. At 16, we had one open door for intimacy, and we took it. Do y'all remember what it's like to be 16? You think you just think you have it all, and you know it all, and you can do just anything. Well, it wasn't long until I found myself walking into the local health department for a pregnancy test. The nurse walked back to the door after a few minutes with a piece of paper in her hand. And the words came out of her mouth that I never expected to hear. You are pregnant, and here's the number to get an abortion. I walked out of that office thinking this can't be true. It was only once. I actually thought that it might just go away. I've always been the good kid. I was going to be the first to graduate high school in my family. I went for a second opinion to a local doctor's office. Again, the nurse gave me the number to call and schedule an abortion. After all, it was just a ball of tissue, I was told. I couldn't believe this was happening. I couldn't tell my mom. I couldn't bring more pain and suffering to her. She was already struggling to feed us. My oldest brother was an alcoholic, tearing up the house every night and fighting with the family. My mother was already in a deep depression. I couldn't bring the shame upon her or myself. I couldn't bring a child into that either. I was always the responsible one. Wayne and I decided that the only option we had was to have an abortion after all. And this was the thing that really drove me, was that it was legal. It must be okay. I never will forget the drive to Little Rock. I don't think either of us said two words to each other. Walking into the clinic, I felt a somber, cold chill. It was as if I was having an out-of-body experience, like I was in a dream, a nightmare, just cold. I don't know how long I waited to be called back. There were other people there, but I didn't talk to anyone. There was no consultation when I was called back whatsoever. The nurse asked me to put on a gown. She put my legs in stirrups, and soon the doctor came in. He didn't say a word to me, just began his task. A machine came on, and soon I heard the loud sound of suction. I felt like someone had ripped my insides out, and I cried out in pain. The nurse took my hand, gently squeezed it, and said it will be over soon. On my way home, Wayne and I didn't talk. He dropped me off at my friend's house so that I could walk home and my mom wouldn't see him. While walking home, I remember dreading facing my family. The shame had already set in. And while in bed that night, realization set in that I killed my own baby. I cried that night, and many more to come. It wasn't over soon. In fact, it was far from over soon. The morning of the death of my child had to be hidden. I couldn't tell anyone what I'd done, so it was eventually buried, or so I thought. Fast forward in 1983, I graduated and I married Wayne. In 1986, we had our first child, a beautiful girl. In 1989, we had our handsome boy, and I thought we were the perfect family. Everybody did. On the outside, we appeared to have it all together.